In this lesson, we will describe the nature and background of the different Philippine folk dances. Table of Contents. History of Philippine folk dance. Classifications of Philippine folk dance. Question time. History of Philippine folk dance. It is impossible to know when exactly dancing became a part of life in the Philippines. Philippine folk dancing is a true reflection of daily life in past centuries. Traditional dances were designed to thank the gods for natural and agricultural events, such as rain and harvests. Dancing was considered a religious activity among the early Filipinos. The dances were performed during festivals and remembrances of past military victories, and still are performed at celebrations of births and weddings in modern times. Many modern folk dance festivals still feature ancient dances performed in costume of the tribal period of the Philippines. More recent dances done in the Philippines derive from historical events such as the arrival of the Spaniards in the 16th century and the conflicts with the Moors. Among the Christianized Filipino groups, the Kumintong was the oldest dance and song. It was a pantomimed song and dance. The Pampingo is another dance characterized by the movements of the lion and clapping of the hands. Several dances, especially those influenced by Spanish dance forms, reenact the courtship of a man and a woman in all its many aspects from the sublime to the ridiculous. Philippine folk dancing is a true reflection of daily life in past centuries while enchanting modern audiences at the same time. Philippine folk dance mirrors the culture and tradition of the Filipinos. It has also been a source of culture identity of the people. In this diversified country, there are also great diversity of dances in different forms and dynamics that grow out of various times, situation and experiences. Nature of Philippine folk dance. Occupational dances depict actions of a particular occupation. Religious or ceremonial, associated with religion, vows and ceremonies. Comic dances depict funny movements for entertainment. Game dances, done with play elements. Wedding dances, performed during wedding feasts. Courtship dances, depict the art of courtship. Festival dances, suitable for special occasions. War dances, show imagery combat. Classifications of Philippine folk dance. Here are the classifications of Philippine folk dance. Cordillera dances. Spanish-influenced dances. Southern dances. Rural dances. Tribal dances. Cordillera dances. The mountainous central Cordillera region of northern Luzon is also known by the term Philippine Skyland. They prefer to be called by their respective tribal names rather than the collective term Igorot, which was first used by the Spaniards and later by Christian lowlanders. These tribes were generally unfazed by Spanish colonization. This homogeneous group is recognized by their common socio-cultural traits. They hold common religious beliefs, generally nature-related, and make propitiatory offerings to anitos, or household gods. Among these people of the Cordillera, dance continues to be an expression of community life that animates the various rituals and ceremonies. They dance to appease their ancestors and gods to cure ailments. Their dances reflects rituals which celebrate their daily lives, a good harvest, health, peace, war, and other symbols of living. They also dance to ensure bountiful harvests, favorable weather, and to mark milestones in the cycle of life. Here are other examples of Cordillera dances. Bong Na, Bendayan, Lumagan or Tuchuk, Mon Monok, Rag Rag Sakan, Uyoy. Spanish-influenced dances. Nearly 400 years of Spanish rule left an unremovable mark on the Philippines. Spain brought with them all aspects of their culture to the islands. This includes the Catholic faith, clothing, and dance. The Barong Tagalog and the Terno are Philippine interpretations of Spanish dress made to fit the humid climate of the Philippines. Aside from creating their own versions of European fashion, Philippine aristocrats created Filipino adaptations of European dance like jotas, fandangos, mazurkas, and waltzes. It was danced by young socialites to the stringed music of the rondalla. These dances reflects Christianity and European art and culture. As the Philippines was colonized by the Spaniards, it was customary for Filipinos to celebrate their class and distinction through Spanish-influenced dances. This era of dances was also referred to as Maria Clara. Here are some folk dances introduced by the Spaniards. Fandango, Lanceros, Rigodin, Cariñosa, Curacha, Jota, Estudiantina, Mazurka, Polka, Pantomima, Habanera, Danza. Fandango is a Philippine folk dance which has become popular in the rural areas of the Philippines. It is a Spanish folk dance, which arrived in the Philippines during the Hispanic period. This dance, together with the jota, became popular among the ilustrados or the upper class and later adapted among the local communities. In the early 18th century, any dance that is considered jovial and lively was called pandango. Lanceros is a traditional dance from bailes de salon, ballroom dances, came to Puerto Rico via Spain in the second half of the 19th century. It was a popular dance in the salons of elite, agricultural landowners, haciendados, with cultural ties to Spain. It was traditionally danced by 8 to 16 couples in the formation of a quadrille. Rigodon is an elegant dance which was brought to the Philippines by the Filipinos who returned from their travels abroad during the Spanish era. This dance takes its name from its opening performances at formal affairs such as the President's inaugural ball. This particular dance is a form of quadrille which is a historic dance performed usually by 4 couples in a square formation. Cariñosa is the national dance of the Philippines. It is a Spanish word which means affectionate or lovable. This flirtatious dance is known throughout the Philippines. With a fan or handkerchief, the dancers go through hide-and-seek movements and other flirting acts expressing tender feelings for one another. There are many versions of this dance, but the hide-and-seek movements are common in all. It is a courtship dance from Panay, performed by couples followed by strict code of Filipino system, no touch. Curacha. This Spanish-influenced dance was once very popular in different parts of the Philippines, particularly in the Visayas region. It is a traditional Filipino courtship dance between a man and a woman which echoes the behavior of the chicken. Jota was among the most popular dances. It was performed by the Spanish señoritas and caballeros in social gatherings, like wedding, parties, and baptismal, during the Spanish regime in the Philippines. The Filipinos imitated and adapted this lively and delightful dance with different versions. These versions are combinations of Spanish and Filipino dance steps and music. Some examples of Joda are the following: Joda Baal, Joda Paragua, Joda Manileña, La Joda Gumaqueña, La Joda Moncadena. Estudiantina is a lively dance which originated from Quezon Province. During the olden days, this dance was a favorite in social gatherings and was usually by young men and women who were students of private school and colleges in Manila. The boys were called estudiantes by the barrio folks and the girls, estudiantinas. Usually performed with the accompaniment of a flute and guitar. Mazurka. Although the mazurka is the Polish national dance, it was widely popular throughout Europe in the 19th century and even in colonized lands overseas. The Philippine dance is ordinarily performed by men and women partners. Mazurka Boholana and Mazurka Mindoreña are Spanish-inspired ballroom dances. The country was under the rule of Spain for more than 300 years, during which time local culture including our dances was markedly influenced by Spain, France, and other European countries. Polka. The polka is a lively dance, of Bohemian origin, danced by couples, usually in a large circle moving clockwise. Polka bal dance is another Spanish-influenced dance in the Philippines. It is believed to be a combination of two old dances, the polka and the balse or waltz. Though balse exists on the name of the dance, polka bal does not have any waltz steps in it. Polka bal is being accompanied by the music played by the rondalla ensemble. Pantomima, meaning dance of the doves. Groups of participants, mainly elderly in colorful costumes, dance to the tune of pantomima song. It is a courtship dance originated from imitating the courtship of doves that then showed during the dance where men attempt to please the women. Habanera is a social dance in duple time and performed in a ballroom or on a stage. This dance first became popular in the town of Botolan, Zambales. It is performed at weddings and includes a procession of the bride and groom's parents, the bridesmaids, and groomsmen, and a solo performed by the newlyweds. Habanera Botoleña is a dance that combines Filipino and Spanish techniques and is commonly performed at weddings. The participants are usually the wedding party, consisting of the bride, groom, groomsmen, and bridesmaids. The dance is performed in pairs, but the pairs move in unison as a collective group. Danza is a folk dance of Cuban origin which became popular in the late 19th century, also known as danza habanera. The Argentine writer Carlos Vega, 1898–1966, traces its origin to the English contradance or square dance, which was then assimilated into Spain as contradanza or danza. Around 1825, it was brought to Cuba in this form where it was combined with Afro-Cuban rhythms, and around 1850, it was transformed into the habanera. Southern dances. Like their brothers from central and northern Philippines, Filipinos in the south are avid lovers of dance. The dances, particularly of the Maguindanao, the Maranao, and the Tausug, are largely ceremonial and are often accompanied by percussion instruments such as gongs and drums. The presence of Indian influences, introduced no doubt by Hinduized Malays, the Muslims in the Philippines, also known as Moros, were able to resist Spanish conquest. Thus, they preserved the Islamic lifestyle that markedly differs from the majority of the Philippine population. The dances are characterized by vivid colors and rhythmic movements which reflect the influence of Arabian and Indo-Malaysian cultures. They are known for their mysticism, royalty, and beauty which are evident in their music and dances. Accompanied by the Agung and Kulintang, Filipino Muslim dance is marked by intricate hand and arm movement along with shimmering costumes. Examples of southern dances: Singkil, Pangalai, Asik, Daling Daling, Jonggai, Pagapir, Urung Talo, Paanjalai, Pongsak, Saigayan, Kapa Malang Malang, Tahing Baila, Singkil. This dance takes its name from the bells worn on the ankles of the Muslim princess. Perhaps one of the oldest of truly Filipino dances, the Singkil recounts the epic legend of the Daranan of the Maranao people of Mindanao. The Maranao dance called Singkil is in the repertory of all Filipino dance troupes. There are many interpretations of this dance. In 1958 the Bayanihan dance troupe started with a simple version and has since developed it into a theatrical and stylized spectacle to the point of its becoming the troupe's signature piece. Pangalai is popular among the Badja, Samal, and Tasug groups. The basic dance, with its expressive hand movements, is sometimes performed with long silver or golden nails, called Jonggai, attached to the dancer's fingers. Asik is a dance from the Maguindanao tribe of Mindanao. There is much debate about the popular belief that the Asik is a dance performed by a slave girl to win the favor of her sultan master. However, some insist that Asik is a royal dance that started with a princess dancing it to appease her sultan father. Daling Daling is a courtship dance from Holo Sulu. This is a popular among the young people of that locality. The word daling means my love. The name of the dance, therefore, means my love, my love. The dancers sing as they perform the dance, or the audience may sing while the performers are dancing. The song reveals how two lovers care for each other. Jonggai is a dance of the Badja people of the southern island of Sulu. The name of this celebratory dance refers to the set of extended metal fingernails or claws worn by the women on special occasions. The female dancers perform with elaborate, hyper-articulated form, a quiet elegant face, and methodical care to finger and hand movements. The fingernails also mimic the claws of the birds and is considered one of the bird dances. Pagapir is a stately dance by the ladies of the royal court from the Maranao tribe of Lanao del Sur. The ladies show fancy and graceful hand movements with fans while moving in small steps. These small steps is said to be a sign of good upbringing and that she is from a prominent family. Urung Talo is a unique fighting dance in a form of the martial arts by the Tasug tribe. Performers demonstrate a battle between hawk and a cat, which there is in acrobatic movements and tough facial expressions. This dance is highlighted with the accompanying energetic beat of drums and gongs. Paanjalai is a Yakgon prenuptial dance. The bride and groom perform this before the wedding ceremony with their faces dotted with white paint to mask their identities from evil spirits. Pongsak. In this dance, a man unties a wrap from his wife-to-be's waist to wrap around her body and dance with. Saigayan is a primary dance of the Maguindanaoan performed by men recalling the heroic exploits of the Maguindanaoan mythological hero Prince Bantugan in an epic called Dalanen. According to some interpretation, it is a war dance. It is also done as a ritual dance for a person possessed by a friendly spirit called Tonang. Kapa Malang Malang is a Muslim dance, also called Sumbisa Malang. This Maranao dance is performed with women wearing malang and shawl, mantle, or headpiece, whereas men wear sash or waistband, shorts, or bahag and headgear or turban traditionally worn in the fields. Tahing Baila is a Yakgon dance in which the motions of fish are mimicked. It is a lowland tribal Philippine folk dance. Rural dances. Perhaps the best known and closest to the Filipino heart are the dances from the rural Christian lowlands, a country blessed with so much beauty. To the Filipinos, these dances illustrate the fiesta spirit and demonstrate a love of life. They express a joy in work, a love for music, and pleasure in the simplicities of life. Typical attire in the rural suite include the colorful bayalintawak and patatyong skirts for the women, and camisa de chino and colored trousers for the men. Rural dances show gaiety, laughter, and festivities. It is performed in fiestas to honor patron saints, give homage to the barrio's namesake for a good harvest, health, and indigenous materials. Examples of rural dances: Tini Kling, Subli, Karatong, Maglalatik, Binasuan, Idakidik. Tini Kling is a dance that imitates the dickling bird's legendary grace and speed as they skillfully play, chase each other, run over tree branches, or dodge bamboo traps set by farmers. Hence, it aids named after the bird tickling. This version of the dance is done between a pair of bamboo poles. Subli is a favorite dance of the people in nearly all the barrios of Batangas in the month of May. It is ceremonial worship dance performed in homage of the Holy Cross. The name Subli is derived from two words sub-sub, stooped or in a crouching position, and bali, broken. Thus the men dancers are in trunk forward bent position throughout the dance. Karatong is a dance named after the bamboo instrument worn by the male dancers around their waist. The karatong is struck to a fast rhythm, in the hopes of attracting good luck and driving away evil spirits. The female dancers dance with sticks that are representative of mango trees. Maglalatik is a war dance depicting the fight between the Moros and the Christians over the latik, residue after the coconut milk has been boiled. It is also known as manlalatik or magbabao. Coconut shell halves are secured onto the dancer's hands and on vests, upon which are hung 4 or 6 more coconut shell halves. Binasuan shows the balancing skills of the dancers. The glasses are balanced by the dancers gracefully, yet carefully maneuver are half filled with rice wine. Binasuan means with the use of drinking glass in Pangasinan. Idakidik is a dance imitating the movements and steps of Idak, the duck, as it walks with short, choppy steps and splashes water on its back while calling its mate. Tribal dances, also known as ethnic dances, ethnic minorities found in different parts of the Philippines, Tiboli, Bilaan, Manoba, Bagobo, etc. As in most ancient cultures, their dances are nonetheless closely intertwined with ceremonials, rituals, sacrifice, and life. Intricate craftsmanship in metal, clothing, and jewelry reflects rituals and animals, belief in spirits and shamans, nature, anito, animal sounds, human singing, and indigenous materials. Tribal dances is a type of dance used to symbolize the origin of one's connection with their culture. It is a basic part of life, still performed essentially for the gods. Examples of tribal dances: Tiboli, Kaadal Taha, Bilan, Blit, Bukidnon, Dukso, Bagobo rice cycle, Palawan, Pagdiweta, Monobo, Bangkaka. Question time. Type your answers on the comment box below. If you are given a chance to perform one Philippine folk dance, what dance will you choose and why?